Hey man, it's been a minute, Rob. We back, man.
Yes, sir.
What's been going on, man?
Nothing. Chilling, man. Watching a lot of NCAA basketball, some AAU. It's, it's been a minute since we've been on the whole tournament over with now. So,
It's hey, what's going on, Coach? This is Coach Timothy Allen, Springfield, Illinois, Sacred Heart Griffin High School head basketball coach.
what's going
One of
on?
the best coaches in the state of Illinois, right there. What's going on, Coach Allen, man? Yeah, Coach Dudes, man, we black back like we never left. You know what I'm saying, Coach? Mr. Dudes, Coach Dudes, man. We
Yes,
we gonna
sir.
get we gonna get it cracking, man.
What's been going on with you?
Oh man, nothing much. Just been busy, man. You know, just staying busy, trying to stay relevant, trying a lot of phone calls with coaches, college coaches, trying to see if certain players will be interested, blah blah blah. And that's what it's been for me, for the past couple of days.
Yeah.
Um, really busy in that aspect. What's going on, Mr. Cheney, man? Hope all is well with you and your family. Hope everybody had a really good Easter. Happy Resurrection Sunday to those who maybe I didn't get to see, or nobody I didn't get to text you guys. But I'm a firm believer in Jesus Christ. Jesus lives. Jesus reigns. So hey, man, happy Resurrection Sunday to those. Everybody else who calls it Easter, happy Easter to you guys. Whatever it is. Hey, man, Rob, man, why you got that hat on, man? Before we get started.
Man, but this shirt, you see the shirt, though, man, for the
Yeah,
city, man.
yeah,
We
I
got to
see the shirt, man, but I'm talking about
represent,
the
man.
hat, Rob, the hat, man.
Hey, man, it's 25 years of excellence, man. You know
Oh,
what I'm saying? 24, 25. Let me say this real quick when you said that. I just want before we jump into everything. Over the last 3 decades, we've been better than the Celtics, and we tied with the Lakers for best franchise in the NBA. Really, if you want to pull up the records of championships and regular seasons and titles and all that, like San Antonio in the last 30 years, bro, we right up there with them. I just wanted to throw that, just
okay,
throw
man.
that
Okay.
out there. We didn't fall off like Chicago. I'm sorry.
Hey, we gonna be back though. Hey, we gonna be just like Mr. Dude said, back like we never left. That's how. Hey, the Bulls, they coming back, man. Just be patient, man. Just be patient.
Oh yeah, just really quickly. The state of Texas had the most successful NCAA tournament ever in
Mm.
my state. Uh, just want to throw that out there since y'all keep on saying not you per se, but since people keep saying Texas is a football state. We just had two teams in the Final Four and a national champion. So I just want to throw that out there.
To play devil's advocate in this situation, I don't even like to use the word devil, but to be on the opposite side of that, I want to say congrats to Baylor. You know what I'm saying? Uh, Coach Drew, Coach Tang, Coach AB3. You know, shout out to all those guys. Shout out to Kellen Sampson. Um, all shout out to all those guys. But how many of those kids are from the state of Texas on the roster?
From Baylor,
And Houston and U of H.
it's probably about 3 or 4.
Because then we can't say I'm just playing the
Mm-hmm.
antagonist right now.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good word to use.
Mm-hmm.
But we not talking about high school. We talking about college, not high school.
True.
Right. So I've never heard nobody say Texas isn't a college basketball place, but high school basketball.
That's true.
Is it tomato tomato?
It's tomato, but I will say that they are getting more kids to stay. U of H is definitely getting more kids to stay
They
at
are.
home. And it is too, from all the stuff that happened in the early 2000s with Baylor and to where U of H was before Kevin got there. Even when he got there, the things he had to do to get
Mhm.
people in the building, and to they are like two of the best resurrection projects in the last 20 years in college basketball to me. Like the turnarounds. Because like
No, no, exactly.
Hawthorns was dead. Baylor Coach Drew took a job that nobody wanted. Dave Bliss, not trying to throw
Before
nobody under
he
the bus.
came, wasn't didn't they go like and whatever before he
Yes.
came?
Yes,
Yeah,
Dave Bliss
that's
left the program in shambles due to some things that happened that
yeah,
we won't get
yeah.
into. But
He really turned it a year by year, man. It's like
and
he built the house, man.
this was the most surprising because to me, just to me, he have had more talented teams that didn't like. I remember a year he had like Pierre Jackson and Perry Jones and all them Quincy Acey and Jefferson, all them
Mhm.
dudes, 6'8", 6'9", 6'10" dudes. So like to see him winning with like 4 point guards in the big, like that was, and the way they did it, like they went through the tough, like U of H was tough. Like if you beat U of H, you had to beat U of H. Like they was tough, and like Mitchell and Butler was like pretty much unguardable. So
No, I'm with you on that. They did have tougher teams if we're going prospect wise. They had tougher prospects per high school coming out of high school. We're talking about coming out of high school, like they had some tougher prospects than the team that they had this year. With that being said, I'm glad that you brought that up, man. With that being said, it's about putting the puzzle together. It's not always about having the best talent. And we've seen that with your Dukes, your Kentuckys, your North Carolinas, teams who weren't even there really. I mean, North Carolina made it, but they really, honestly, they shouldn't have made it. Um, but Duke wasn't there, Kentucky wasn't there, and those teams was had the top three recruiting classes. I mean, and so if we're just going by the best quote unquote players from a high school standpoint, sometimes it's about putting that puzzle together the right way, man. That's what they did.
true,
Salute to Baylor, man.
not
Um,
true.
shout out Coach Stewart.
What's up, Coach? So before we get into the subject, really quickly, while we talk about this, I was talking with my cohorts about this. If Chet Holmgren go to Gonzaga, Suggs stays. Is he a top 5 pick depending on need? He 1, 2, 3. But they've been saying that if Holmgren go to Gonzaga, Suggs gonna stay and try to win the national championship next year.
I don't I don't know. I don't know.
And
I don't know. And I only
but
say
two, does Timmy leave right now that his draft stock is the hottest that it's probably gonna be in his career? That's I'm gonna give those two.
okay. So if I was Timmy, I would probably leave. Um,
That's what I said.
I would probably leave. Suggs, that's tough because I don't know.
He
I
a
don't
top
know.
5 pick this year.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. So that's a tough decision just based off of one player who I have played with for 3 years.
Somebody did that one time though, and they came back and somebody was supposed to leave freshman
I
year.
played with this kid in high school for 3 years.
But to
I,
bring a
I played
national championship to
I've played
Gonzaga,
with this kid, not just on my high school team, but on my grassroots team, Team Sizzle. My dad is the coach,
yeah,
and
yeah.
I played with this kid for 3 years. So, am I staying? I already know that. Hey, me and Shaq, we cool. You know what I'm saying? I don't need to win a national championship with Shaq. I
That's
need to go make
infamy
millions.
though.
I need to go get this contract. I'm just saying, you got to think.
No, I'm just thinking because I don't know who gonna get the number 1 pick, but I mean I know he top 5, depending on need, top 3 or whatever. We can't really say who gonna go number 1 because we don't know who gonna get the pick. but we probably know the top 4 prospects though already.
Yeah, no. And Mr. Dudes, I honestly, I'm there's a lot of kids who aren't from the same state who go to universities.
No,
We know that, and I know that's why you bring it up because it goes along with what you said after that. Other states have been eating off of Texas for years, and who going to name teams. Um, and that's true. A lot of state, and that's the thing with college. Excuse me, college basketball is kids can go wherever they want to go. They don't have to stay in state. Um, I could travel across the country. Um, so hey, it is what it is. Miss Duke says, doesn't that spanking Baylor gave Gonzaga prove Houston really deserved to be there, and Baylor was just a buzzsaw?
it was a bad it was a bad matchup. Like
Was it a bad matchup though,
it was because if
or was Baylor more prepared? So if Baylor and Gonzaga would have got to play that very first game of the
I think
season,
Baylor would have won. I mean, I'm sorry, I think Gonzaga would have won.
no. Regardless who wins, would Gonzaga be more prepared?
Yes,
Okay.
yes. You always if you anytime you play somebody in the season and then you play them again in the tournament, like it'd be different because you prepare. Like that's why them games with them it be like the in conference opponents against each other. Like you done played each other 2 times, 2 or 3 times. Like it'd be different. They gonna pick and roll too. But you got that's true. But you gotta leave while your stock is like. I think this the highest that Timmy stock ever gonna be at Gonzaga. You went to national champion. Your name is ringing. You might just get in just because. So you gotta test the waters.
Logan Watts, real quick this weekend. First and foremost, this weekend I will be at USAG state championships for the state of Texas. That's where I will be this weekend. USAG, United States of America Gymnastics state championship for the state of Texas. That's where I'll be this weekend because my daughter is a competitive gymnast. Um, and
Olympics.
she qualified to go to state. And then if depending on how she does the state, she can qualify for regionals and so on and so forth. So that's where I will be this weekend first, and then after that is done, I'll probably just be in Houston. Probably go to the what's that called? The Kingwood Live, I think is what is going on. Um, Hosted by Mr. Jolivet, Brian Jolly out there in the Humble area out at the gym. So that's probably where I'll be at. And so, hey, some I've heard people say that Timmy is a Christian Leitner.
Hell no. Freak no. No, this the hoop scoop, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Fuck no.
Hold
Hell
on.
no.
You don't think he a Christian like you think he gonna go to the NBA and be successful? You don't think he's another Christian Leitner?
Christian Laettner was more. But no. Christian Laettner was a bucket in college though.
Yes, he was tough in college,
Timmy ain't on that. That's what I'm saying.
but
Timmy
Timmy
ain't
was
even
tough
on
in
that level.
college though.
We never seen Christian Laettner really get dominated like that in college though. Like Timmy got dominated the other night. Old buddy from Baylor was beating his stuff off the glass.
They talking about my daughter. Congrats to my daughter. Awesome job, G.
Oh yeah.
Keep
She
talking, man.
she a wizard with that thing with the legs, man. You feel me? You were there. Oh, but no, nah, man. Timmy ain't. No. Like it's some dudes. He got to see at his school before he start talking about. He ain't better than Adam Morrison was at Gonzaga.
But Adam Morrison ain't playing right now. I'm talking about right now in college basketball. Is he not the Christian Leitner of today? Right now. Is he not
Mm,
the Tyler Hansbrough of today? Right now.
I guess if you just want to put that, you know what I'm saying. But them dudes was doing some stuff that he wasn't doing in college. But I get the correlation that you're making. So yes, to answer your question, yes. But he got a lot of work. Cause like, yeah, he got a lot of work. But yeah, he's the Jimmer, the JJ Redick, he is the kid that we.
Oh, Mr. Deuce, I'll post one. I'll post one up here next time, man.
Hey,
This is
that
my
floor
cousin
exercise.
Odell, man. Shout out to my cuz. What's going on, man? He says no. So. Oh, you don't think he's not the Christian Leitner of today college basketball, bro? Like, I'm not saying he is. I'm just being the antagonist because that's what a lot of people feel. A lot of people feel that he is kind of like he's going to be like a Leitner, somebody who was done really good in college, but is not going to really do much in the pros, Mister Deuce.
Exactly. I'm glad you said. I ain't want to say it. That's it.
And I think that's why people say it though, is because of that reason. I feel he's going to do fine in the pros. Um,
Woo.
I didn't say be a superstar. I
No,
did not.
finding the pro. Like, is he gonna
Fine.
be
He's
better
gonna
than?
he's gonna have a solid professional
Okay, let me see if
career.
I
I would
let me see
say
if I
that.
can drag you in a little bit. Will
Yeah.
he be
No,
better
no.
than the best Gonzaga player that's in the league right now? Or do you know who the best Gonzaga player in the league right now?
The Humachero. I don't know how to say that boy last name.
Hachimura? No, 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 no. He ain't the
Nah,
best.
he's not the best.
No, no, no,
Um,
no.
I thought he was tough in college.
No, he was, but he ain't the best that's in the league right now though. The Pacers. You don't
I
know.
don't know who played for the Pacers, man.
Sabonis. Arvidas Sabonis' son. He
Oh,
was an all star
you
this year.
said Sabonis. I was thinking of Portland
The
Trailblazers and
daddy, yeah, nah,
Arvidas
the
Sabonis.
son, the Monty Sabonis. He was
Okay.
an all star this year. But yeah,
Okay.
like he ain't better than like Timmy ain't. I don't know. I seen some other stuff online for some people said that Timmy better than Will Baker. I don't know.
I think he is better than Will Baker, man. Will but Will Baker also made
Oh,
but Will Baker
oh,
also made the wrong decision
he did.
for school.
Oh, I forgot about him. He won all the Wooden Awards, Coach Stewart. Luke Garza.
Yeah, Luke Garza from Iowa. He's tough. Luke Garza is tough, man. Big boy from Michigan will be better Gortat type. He
All
I
right.
don't I don't even know if he gonna go pro.
Big boy from Michigan.
Yes.
Oh, that's that big kid, the 7 foot
Yeah.
kid. Yeah. Michigan. Shout out to Michigan, man. Twan Howard had a good year this year.
He did. Howard had a solid run, man. He had a solid run, man. Just UCLA during the tournament was just tough, man.
Yeah,
Like
Johnny Juzang.
UCLA was tough. And then Johnny Juzang, another kid, he went to Kentucky at first. Um, then he ends up at UCLA and does a really good job. Hey man, Mr. Dudes, hey man, in your household you might be the Morris Chestnut of the pandemic, man. I can't argue with you about that. I don't know about to the world, but I'm talking about in your own house. You may be the Morris Chestnut.
For sure.
Let's hop into this real quick, man. Hey, chasing and ducking. It's a lot of that going on already, and grassroots season has really just began. But it's a lot of independent teams trying to chase after the shoe teams, and then it's a lot those same independent teams is ducking the smaller independent teams. Right, man. What's your take on that, man?
Man, I I say this a lot, but it's a part of the game, man. It's the independent teams. They build up their name, and then they spend the whole summer trying to get that 1 or 2 games against the shoe brand. But then they don't play them games that they supposed to play against those smaller teams. So what are y'all really in it for? You know what I'm saying? Like y'all supposed to like. I just want to get back. This is me personally. I know how all the semantics go, right? I just want to get back to the day of like when everybody just play everybody and just see.
And that's what Gassos is trying to do this weekend.
And I was about to say that, even
Go
though
ahead.
nah, no, that's what I'm about to say. The Gasso kind of getting back to that with the tournament style bracket or whatever. I like that concept, man. Because man, look, if you want to put your team in, Who am I to tell you, nah, you're gonna lose by 50? Play. If you lose by 50, lose by 50. Play. Like, just play, man. Like, I just want to go back to the early 2000s, man. Just play, man. Golly. All this talking and politicking and back room. Let's have a meeting after the game, bro. Let's just play the game. This is like boxing now. Like, you remember how the fighters used to just fight everybody? Like, I'm Roberto Duran. I'm gonna fight Thomas Hearns, Marvin Hagler, Sugar Ray, and then now it's, oh no, I'm gonna get all the belts, and then no, I'm not gonna fight you, Jeff, because I know you ain't got no name, but I know you scary. I'm gonna go fight Quasimodo across the river that nobody ever heard of, who got 50. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, just fight, just play, man, just play. No, I
Why it gotta
get
be
it. I
Quasimodo?
I get it, Coach Stewart. It is levels, but just play though. Hey man, you want to play my team? Cool. Let's play the Geoffrey Day All Star. If we smack them or they smack us, if they on a bigger platform than us, whatever, we played them. We was able to prove what we had to prove, or whatever we need to work on. We need to work on, man. Who we got next? The hoops. Okay, let's play the hoops. Who we got next? JL3. Okay, let's. Whoever, man, just play. Like, I hear a lot of people saying, "Oh yeah, man, I got an independent team, but I ain't about to play them because they beneath me on the independent level." You both
That's
independent.
y'all both independent, man. But Mr. Dudes just made a really good point, man. Is the event operators as well. They try to make the matchups that's gonna bring coaches and rankers to the gym, man. They do, and that's why
Man, it's only
that's
certain
why they do the
tournaments.
show. That's why I don't like showcase games.
It's only hold on though, G. Let's keep it all the way 1,000. Every tournament, every event operator don't got the top teams. So
No, they don't.
it be some events that just have independent teams and they still be trying to put, oh well, I'm gonna put, man, look, I hate to say it like this, but I'm gonna say it though. And I'm not speaking to no one in particular. Ain't no coaches and evaluators coming to every tournament that you throw. If you throw nine AAU events, I guarantee you ain't gonna have all the college coaches and rankers from the city in all nine tournaments. Man, look, in one of them tournaments, man, just play everybody. If jail, I can understand, certain people saying, I don't want to play them. Cool, whatever. You don't want to play them, cool. But just now you an independent team, and now my team got a little bit more buzz than your team, G. And I'm not playing Geoffrey team because we independent, but I'm bigger than him. Man, fuck out of here, man. Fuck out of here, man. That's just my opinion, man. I'm just little old me, so that's just my opinion. But every event ain't stacked with the hoops, JL3, the defenders, Boo Williams. Come on, man. Who are we tripping? Go look at some of these schedules and then get back to me on why some of these teams ain't playing each other. That's some homework for the next time. Go look at some of these schedules across the states and then get back with me on why some of these teams ain't playing each other.
No, that's true. I agree with you wholeheartedly on that, man. I do, and I agree with what Coach Stewart said, man. If you beat those shoe teams, they're gonna take your players,
No, for sure.
and it is what it is, man. That's just the nature of the game. A lot of people don't understand it. A lot of people don't get it. A lot of people really, honestly, they just don't like that. They don't like that, man. It's like being in the ocean. The small fish is going to get ate by the big fish.
Just thinking that in my head.
The small fish running in bigger numbers too. But some of them small fish going to get swallowed up by the big fish. And guess what? That big fish is going to get ate by another big fish. And so on and so forth. And that's how it's going to keep going. That's how it's going to continue to roll.
I
And
think
that's just the nature of the game. And so for me, you can't just chase after playing the top dogs all the time. And then when another team wants to play you, then all of a sudden you don't want to play anymore. Oh, I'm too good for them. But then you get mad when the shoe teams be like, Oh, we too good for you. So why do it to the smaller teams if you get mad when the shoe teams do it to you like that? That is the part that I'm not understanding. And I'm with you. And this is why a lot of teams, when I had the event, the Clutch City Clash 2 years ago, this is why a lot of teams didn't want to play because they just wanted certain matchups. For one, I'm not doing no showcase games, and it's going to be one champion. That's it, and that's the way it should be anyway. We got to get out of this mentality. Everybody's a champion because everybody's not a champion. Everybody's not. Everybody can't win all the time. They can't. It's just one champion of the whole entire tournament. And guess what? You got to go through the gauntlet to get there, and that's how basketball is supposed to be. Iron sharpens iron. It's not the other way around. I can't take a piece of iron out into the wood shed where I ain't got nothing but wood in there, and I'm going to try to sharpen my iron with some wood. It's not going to happen. The iron may be rusty, it may be old. It's still going to cut straight through that wood, and that's what happens a lot of times. A lot of times these shoes cut straight through teams. We seen it this weekend in the Gasso. We seen a team play against um a shoe team on the 16 level, and then they played against a team that plays in the NY to LA association that got some dudes on it. And this team got beat really bad, but guess what? They wasn't complaining. They didn't complain despite the losses. They did not complain because they don't care who they line. And guess what? This team is a team who does not care who they line up against though either. They don't just go after certain teams. Whoever they get lined up against, that's who we playing. It ain't no whining and crying and oh man, I don't want to play them, man. They not no. Hey, this is who's in front of us. This is who we playing, and that's how it should be.
That's it, man.
And so we got to stop the chasing, and then we chasing certain teams, we chasing certain people, and then we want to duck other people. Same thing, same thing like same thing with women. A lot of, and I'm speaking to us as fellas. A lot of fellas will chase a certain woman, but then they'll duck the other woman.
Yup. Yup.
We chase after certain shoes, but we don't want to wear these other kind of shoes.
Yup.
We chase after certain clothing and material, but then we don't want to wear this other type of clothing material. And so we do the same thing, same cycle, keeps repeating, 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 chasing and ducking. We chasing and ducking, we chasing and ducking. And this grassroots thing, hey, just play who lines up in front of you. That's it, man. That's it. And if you get that opportunity to play against that shoe team or that top independent team, that's your chance right there. And be prepared to lose players if you beat them. That's just that. There's no further educating you guys on this. I mean,
I've been saying it for like a year now, over a
that's
year.
that's just how it goes.
And that has been that practice has been going on for so long. And the only thing that heightened that up was social media. Now people can just jump on social media and just be somebody. Like, oh my God, they're taking my players. But they've been doing that since the beginning of grassroots. You beat me, I got a shoe deal. Oh man, let's go get such and such and such and such. They beat us. 9 times out of 10, they're gonna come. Just how it is, nature of the game. You said that the ocean. I think of Matilda. If you ever seen Matilda, when that boy Danny DeVito said, "Cause I'm big and you're small, and there's nothing you can do about it," and it ain't.
Hey, and that's just the way it goes.
It
Man.
ain't.
And Mr. Bugs, you right. You don't need a tournament to play basketball, but a lot of people they won't play certain teams. So you can't. A lot of teams ain't going to take that matchup. And so down here in Texas, they do a lot of showcase games where it's not a tournament. It's just we're going to play a game. But certain teams they refuse to play certain. Look, I'm not going to waste my time playing this team.
We have seen teams concede championships to not play games. So
And there you go. Hey, everybody can't. Everybody don't. Man, we talked about this last time, Coach Jordan. You right on the money though. Everybody don't have showcase type players. They don't.
Bingo.
Don't have it. We talked about this after the spring icebreaker because it was a lot of teams, and this came from a college coach, not even for me, but it was a lot of teams in the showcase games, and he was like, "Man, I can't. Why are these teams in the showcase games? They don't have any prospects."
Beats me.
He said we're gonna have to spin the wheel to see who gonna play who, man.
Man.
Yeah, I mean, and guess what? It's okay if you don't have those players. It's okay. Trust me, it's okay. It's okay to just want to play basketball. That's fine. Nobody's saying that you can't, but don't put your teams in certain situations for them to be humiliated in front of college coaches and to be humiliated by their peers who really are worth scholarship opportunities and they're going to beat you by 50 and 60, 70 points. Because I've seen that too this season, this young grassroots season already. There was a team who scored over 100 points and the other team only scored 19. You should not have been playing that team.
So what are you doing to the
This
morale of the
tournament, that
kid?
tournament was not meant for you to play in. You wasn't meant to play in this tournament.
19.
And
There it is.
once again, man, that's why. Hey, Mr. Stewart said it a long time. People like to be lied to.
They do. Man, a lot of people play showcase games, and this is what I was hearing. I, I was talking to people and I was hearing this. A lot of people play showcase games at the icebreaker because they didn't want to play it in my three.
Hmm.
Because they like, oh, we played it in my three for 5 years and we're gonna play the Seed King. So we got in the showcase. That's why you got in the showcase? To go play a Seed King? Not to win, not to showcase the kids, but because you didn't want to play in my three. Mm.
Mm. This topic won't be too long. Different type of film. Been getting a lot
Oh
of
yeah, this guy right here. He has
just
all
been
that
getting a
info.
lot of questions. And a lot of have been having a lot of conversations about film. Um, and there's different types of film, and so a lot of parents and people, everybody want to chase the mixtape. The highlight reel. Um, that's what they want to chase. I know, Miss Brown. You don't like. I know you don't want to be lied to. Trust me. I know. But a lot of people always want mixtapes, and guess what? It's ain't nothing wrong with it. Nothing wrong with it all. But and so this is what's been going on. A lot of people have issues. A lot of people. There have been coaches who's like, "Hey, man, I kind of like this film." Uh, you know, that's the mixtape. The whole point of a mixtape is to get a coach interested. He's not going to offer you a scholarship off of the mixtape alone. It's not going to happen. The mixtape is just to get the coach interested. Now, mixtapes have evolved into something way totally different. Now it's more so about a status. Um, oh, I got a mixtape. Oh, I could pay to get a mixtape from him. Cool. You want to pay just to get a mixtape to have one? Cool. But don't get upset if you pay to get that mixtape and there's no college coaches that's contacting you. And so this is where the different type of film comes into play. You need full game footage, full game on top of the mix. There's nothing trust. I do mixtapes. There's nothing wrong with that. It's not, and I tell parents all the time, look, this mix is only all it can do is get you interested. That's it. That's it. Some kids just want to have a mix just to have the mix. And that's fine. Nothing wrong with that. But don't get upset if that mix is not generating the type of buzz that you really thought that it would. Because and this goes back to another conversation we had a while back. Parents see their players one way. It goes back to Man. I'm be using Mr. Stewart a lot. It goes back to just because I'm sitting on the same bench with Michael Jordan and I rub elbows with Michael Jordan don't mean I'm going to get the same skill set Michael Jordan has. So just because your son plays on a certain team or he plays with a certain kid or he's played against a kid and has fared well and this kid is going to a division 1 or a division 2 school, that does not equate your son being a division 1 or a division 2 player. It doesn't, and it's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. There's more levels than just D1 and D2 for college basketball. You can go D3, you can go NAI, you can go junior college. The whole point is to try to get college paid for. That's it. You want to graduate with as minimal debt as possible. That's the whole point. That's the whole point of it. That's what it should be about. And so you want full game film because I may get interested off that mix, but then if you don't have no full game film to show me, guess what? It's like being a window shopper for a college coach. Man, I don't really got the money to buy it, but them new J's look really nice sitting there in the display window, man. And I would enter the lottery, but they ain't, every time I do, they don't ever pull my lottery ticket number. And so if I had the money, guess what? I could go and I could pay somebody and they can set them to the side for me and I can come copy later. And so the same thing, the same window shopping mentality. Oh, that's a nice dress. It looks good on this mannequin. It may not look good on you though. That same thing. Oh man, that chain look nice, man. Oh man, the new Patek watch and all this stuff, man, that you really want but you really can't get. And so that's how the coach looks at it. Man, oh, okay, I like this kid, I like these things, but guess what? I like it in this mix, but I need to see it full game film. I need
Yep.
to see this kid from jump ball to the end. I need to see it. And so, parents, do y'all got it? Oh no, no, all we did was get the mix. All we did was get the mix. Hey, well, can you contact them and see if you got it? Then you call me. Mr. Day, man, we have a coach calling us asking us about full game. I said, well, I shot that from the baseline. That's really bad. The coach is not gonna be able to see everything that he wants to see. I said that's why I asked you guys, hey, do y'all guys you just want a mixtape or do you want full game film that I can make a mix out of? You need to have that. It's different type of film. You have to have full game film as well, not just the mixtape.
So can I say something real quick?
Go ahead, man.
So this I just want to say this. I'm not I'm not a content creator, but you get what you pay for, right? So
You
all
do.
you people that's telling people that they price is too high and all that, man, why I can't get the discount? Hey man, you need all this. You have two people, right, side by side. He does content creating. I don't. We both talk to college coaches. You got a high school coach on the feed telling you coaches are going to ask for full game film. The mixtape only garners interest in the prospect. They want to see a full game. They want to see the pros, the cons. Yes, exactly. Exactly. See, giving y'all the game right now. Has a son that will be at a Division 1 school next year. He is a part of a high school program that is very successful. Geoffrey Day has been doing this for a lot of years because he's very old.
Hey, hey, I'm not old, man.
But I'm saying, like, man, spend the money, man. Like, if you have it if you're trying to get, man, invest. You have to invest in things that you really want, man.
You
I
do.
just
And
felt compelled to say that.
no, no, that's cool. That's good. And guess what? You don't have to spend a lot of money. It doesn't. e- Everybody charges different prices. I'm not going to knock anybody's hustle for whatever it is that they charge for. But everybody charges different prices. And so Mr. Dudes wants to know what's the difference between paying for a mixtape and paying for rankings or tweaks aside the moral angle. Guess what? Hey, that's
I
a
ain't
question that
messing with
I
that one.
cannot answer
I'm not messing with it because I don't.
because I tell people, look, you can't. Only thing you gonna pay me for is to make you a mixtape.
Yeah,
Like filming, you gonna pay me to film. I'm not filming for free. I'm sorry, but I'm not. Because it becomes time consuming. And then if you really want to break down and then go by hours, I'm not gonna sit here. So if I have a business, why would I pay myself in my own business $10 an hour? Uh, I mean, would you accept a honestly? Would you accept a job today where they said all they was gonna pay you was $10 an hour? Would
no,
you really? Would you really honestly accept that job?
no,
Would you even take that job interview knowing that?
no.
Exactly. So why do you expect for me to take that?
The second half of that question, I cannot answer because no one can pay me to tell any.
Hey,
I have my own. I do my own rankings. I turn my rankings in. No one can pay me to turn my rankings in with you on it if I don't think you should be ranked at that spot. And I don't. And all the tweets that I tweet is because I want to tweet them. No one can pay me to use my Twitter. I'm sorry, just don't do it.
yeah, same for me. I don't people you can't pay me to rank your son a certain spot. A ranking is opinion based. That's all it is. It's just
See,
an opinion. It's just my opinion. And guess what? My opinion is different from Rob's opinion. Rob may have somebody number one, and I got him number five. I mean, it just is what it is. And guess what? We cool with each other. That don't it don't bother us. But for y'all, y'all gonna choose. Okay. Oh, Rob got my son number one. I'm going with Rob. Skip G Day. G Day
yeah,
don't know what he's talking about, and that's how it is.
that's how it is.
And then as the season progressed, Rob may go to two games and be like, "Oh man, this kid, he ain't doing nothing." So then Rob drops him, and he's number five. And then I go to a game where he did pretty well, and then I bump him up to number three. Now all of a sudden, oh yeah, G, that you, I knew you was cool, man. Hey, that then Rob don't know what he talking about, and that's how hey, it happens all the time in the gym. And so you can't pay me to rank a kid or to even send out a tweet. No, you can't pay me to tweet out. Just do it. Just do it just based off of strength of relationship. And that's why I tell people share if anything, anytime you tag me, I'm retweeting it. A lot of times, a lot of
Oh,
times, I don't really even like dive deep into it. I just see that somebody tag me. Guess I go look, I read it, retweet. It ain't I don't like this kid or this parent was talking bad about me or look man, it ain't about none of that man. It's about helping these kids be able to get to college. That's it.
true. That's it. That's it.
I get paid by college coach for evaluations, and I get paid by parents to do film. That's it.
Message.
Next, grassroots exposure, man. Hey, the difference from just playing grassroots to getting good exposure.
Man, gotta it all to me it all goes back to what we always say. Ask questions. Ask questions. You know, what tournaments will we be playing in? What team will my child be on? Just ask simple questions, man. Cause let me set a disclaimer. I'm not talking about any particular organization because there are multiple organizations in the greater metropolitan city of Houston that have more than one 17U team. Am I correct, Geoffrey?
No, you are.
So it's no reason for you to be going into the 12th grade or being an unsigned senior and you're playing on the fourth team of a 17U organization. That is not getting you exposure. That is just playing AAU just to play. And that is a waste of money. If you are paying, that is a waste of money. You want to make sure all exposure ain't always good exposure. You want to make sure that you're honest with yourself and your household, that you picking the correct level of team and not just the name of the team or they wear this brand of shoe or whatever, or they going over here to go play a whoop de whoop. Be honest with yourself, man. Everybody's not a shoe team player. Everybody not a top independent team player. And that's okay. You find the right exposure for yourself. Look, I'm gonna let you elaborate some more, G. But that just
No, 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 man. Everything you saying is true and correct, man. Hey, ask questions, do your research. Um, that is a must because, and then what you said was really key. Parents have to be honest with themselves about their kids and the level that their kid is at. Like, and I said this earlier, it's not if you just want to play basketball and just have fun, and you can afford to pay for that, do it. Nobody's telling you not to do that, but understand the level that your son is at and what he's on. Understand that first before going into a situation and being lied to, and then being upset because you were lied to. But guess what? You honestly you wanted to be lied to because you're not honest with yourself about your own kid. And so until we as people, I'm just saying we, because I'm not that way. With none of with my guess what? I don't really know a lot about gymnastics, but I be tough on my daughter. I do, and everybody, oh, she's doing good. Hey, no, it ain't good. It to me, it ain't good enough. But that's just me because I'm honest. Because I want her to know in life, you may think that you're doing something good, but it's always somebody who's doing something better. And so you have to be willing to push yourself. In life, there's going to be people who's going to criticize you, and they're going to say some things that you don't like, but you got to develop that tough skin to be able to take it and keep going and keep doing what you're doing. And so that's why I treated my son the exact same way. Never ranked him. I never held him way. I never held. Where's the camera? I never held him way up here compared to everybody else. If you're not that good, you're not that good. Is he good enough to play college basketball? Yes, he is because he's on scholarship playing college basketball at an NAIA school. It's not a D1 or D2. That's an NAIA school, and he loved it. He loved it. He loved every moment of the entire season. It's about being honest. And so, guess what? I put my son in a situation around kids who are going to be playing at the NAIA and Division 2 level. I didn't try to put them. That there was teams who was like, "Oh yeah, man, just based off of who I am. Oh, your son could play. He could play on this Nike team. Oh, he could play on this unarmed team. Oh, he could play on this D team." And I'm like, for what? For him to just sit on the bench? No. And guess what? He rather play. He rather be on the court and play against you and lose than to just be sitting on the bench just to say that I won the game.
yep.
And so you have to understand. You have to be honest. And guess what? Your kid just may not. He may not be that good, or she may not be that good. And guess what? There's nothing wrong with that. But y'all have to now. You got to put in the work. You have to put in the work to become better. You have to put in the work to become good. And guess what? Every single grassroots, we'll say AAU, because some people may not understand what grassroots is. So every AAU program is not about developing your kid. That goes with what Rob was saying. You have to ask those questions. Every program that's not what they're about. We're about collecting money, going to play tournaments. If we find somebody better, we're gonna pull them on. We're gonna move you down.
Period.
And that's just is what it is. And so it's like Rob said, everything is not good exposure. What's the saying? The grass always looks greener on the other side.
Yeah.
Until you
Yeah.
get to the other side, you see the grass is the same grass that you had over where you was at.
And going back to what you were saying, man, I got my I call he my son. My son is about to be in high school next year. 6 feet, 255 pounds, size 14 shoe, and he wants to play basketball. He's very enthusiastic and wanting to play basketball. He does not understand any concept of anything as far as basketball goes. And I am already sending him into a school where I know that it's going to be, they're going to throw him in the lion's den. And the other day we was just talking and he was like, man, and I'm not telling nobody his name. I'm not telling, only G they know what school he going to. I ain't telling nobody what school he going to, nothing. Because he told me the other day, man, don't you know such and such and such and such over there? They coach over there, right? And I looked at him like, what that got to do with anything? Well, you could just tell them to. I said, dude, you're not even ready to go on the freshman team, let alone talk to anybody about you going to JV or varsity. How about you start doing what I'm asking you to do here so you can earn what you get? I'm not going to talk to whoop de whoop about you, and then when you get over there, they like, this your son? No, you ain't ready. And I tell them every day, you're not. It's not to say that you can't get ready, but I'm not going to sit here and baby and pacify you and tell you you're ready and you're not. I have the advantage of seeing the best of the best all over the country. You ain't ready. You won't even do what I need you to do. So and that just goes back to the fact that we have to be honest. Like I could have been like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go talk to such and such, and we'll get you put on JV as soon as you get there. But for what? You're gonna get moved off as soon as you because your size, they're gonna be like, oh. Then when they see you, they're gonna be like, mm-mm. So if I can't be honest with my own, if I can be honest with my own child, I'm definitely gonna be honest with your child. And you definitely should be honest with your own child too. Because in the end, we done seen it time and time again, G-Day. Them prospects that start out hot in the 7th and 8th grade because they bigger than everybody. By the
Yep.
time we get to 11th and 12th grade,
Yep.
you be like, man, where is such and such? And
Hey.
that size caught up to him.
Mm-hmm. And that happens every year. There's always a kid when they in middle school, seventh, eighth grade, who dominates. And guess what? That kid stops growing. He stops growing physically. He stops growing mentally. He stops growing uh in the game of basketball. Just period. And so everybody be like, "Oh man, that kid was so good," and it happens. Other kids get better, man.
Yeah.
It's about the work that you put in. And so no, all exposure is not good exposure. But you have to ask some questions. You can't just chase teams because of a name, because of what shoes they wear.
Yeah. Speaking of that,
And guess what?
Victor-
It's okay to go to multiple tryouts as well.
Victoria College got a
Don't just
tryout April
yeah.
17th.
And yeah,
UT Tyler.
we about to jump on that. About to jump on that right now. So Mr. Deuce wants to know: is it better to play as an unsigned senior in tournaments or pay and hit these tryouts at like a blend, Angelina, and other local junior colleges? I can't tell anybody what to do. I can't. But if you are unsigned senior, you got to take them chances. And yes, they can be, as Coach Bundes just said, they can be some money grabs. They can be just like when you go to camps. A lot of camps, money grabs. But you got to be willing to put yourself in that fire. Yep. You got to. It's up to you. What do I want to invest? What maybe $200 to $300 in trying out for all these different junior colleges to eventually get on campus and then eventually get maybe a partial scholarship and only pay half of my schooling until I graduate from college, or that partial ends up turning into a full scholarship. And it's about the gambles. You have to be willing to take those gambles, those chances, and a lot of people are afraid to take them.
They are. I asked somebody to tell me Victoria, Texas too far for them to drive. I said, well, might not be for you then.
I mean, yeah, if you don't, that's and if you're not willing to take that gamble, make that sacrifice, then you need to look into do something else because that's what it is. Because it's a business. It's a business, and so we have to start preparing them to think business mindset, to think of it as a business because that's what it is. If you are a player, you have a job. Your job is to play basketball, whatever sport it is: football, soccer, hockey, lacrosse, baseball, badminton. Whatever you doing in swimming, whatever you doing in college, that's your job because guess what? It is your job to be good so that the coach can keep his job. That's it, man. I mean, you could play. I can't. You could play unsigned senior basketball. A lot of these coaches is pretty much done recruiting. Um, 2021 class right now. Only if like a big name really comes available, they gonna go after them. But if you're not already on that recruiting board, like you just you gotta grind, and so JUCO's the grind way. You gotta go out and get it out the mud. You gotta become a man in basketball really fast. That's why I tell, hey, and be a kid for as long as you can. Enjoy this high school life. Trust me, because after college, that real world hits and it hits hard. It do, it do, man. Coach Brown said had a kid leave a D2 in New Mexico because he said he doesn't like school. The kid was starting and played 20. Hey, it's some more kids who done that this year, man.
Countless.
Coach gave them the keys at some D2s, a lot of D2s as freshmen, and they leaving because they had a really good year. It's 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 like the Bible parable, man, of the prodigal son, man. He wanted what was his right then, right there. You know what? The dad gave it to him. He went out, spent all the money up. He was eating pig slop and everything else. Finally got back home, and that's how it is. Sometimes a kid, lots of kids get offers from like NAIAs, D2s, get some D3 situations. They don't take them. They go to a JUCO, and guess what? After that 2 years or that 3 years at the JUCO, same NAIAs, same D2s,
And that is not. This is.
same D3s.
I'm sorry for cutting you off, Gito.
Go ahead.
This is another disclaimer. I know it's school, right? At school, you getting your school paid for. That is called backwards hustling. You do not go to JUCO to go back to D3 or NAIA for 2 years. You go to JUCO to possibly get a Division 1 scholarship. If you have a D3 or D2, if you have multiple NAIA D2, D3s, that's pretty much your level. So when you come out of JUCO, if you don't grow or just have phenomenal scoring outbursts or whatever, you're pretty much gonna have those same D2, D3, and NAIA offers waiting on you after 2 years. So you just took the long way to get to back to where you were. It's
Yeah,
called backwards hustling, gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen.
it is, and Miss Brown is right. You know, people think JUCO's a bad thing. It's not, man. It's not. Guess what? JUCO is tough though. It's tough, and yes, kids can benefit from it. They can, and it's with any school. It doesn't matter the level. You got to be willing to put in that work because guess what? Everybody's fighting for the exact same thing that you fight for. That's
Yup.
on your team. You got to put in the work. You do. Coach Brown, he says, and he was Coach Brown. Trust me, it's a. I'm sorry that happened. It's a lot of kids who did that this year. A lot of freshmen who played at across the country D2s. And yes, there is a lot of people in these kids' ear who who have a say or a sway in where they go and what they do. It is, and that part of the game will never change.
Ever.
It won't. Yes, there is. There is. And guess what? Next year it'll be less spots. less spots because everybody gets their eligibility back this coming up season. So that following season is gonna be less spots. So it's gonna get really grimy out here. Q and A, your voice, your views. This is the Houston Hoop Scoop, man. Any questions that y'all got, we will do our best to answer them. With whatever knowledge that we do have, man. We do want to thank everybody who has tuned in, who has watched. We thank y'all for y'all support. We thank you for all the comments that we've had so far. We thank you for all the interaction. That's what this whole platform is about. Not just about y'all listening to us, but for us to be able to put your comments up and also talk about them.
Definitely, man.
That's it.
Definitely. There is no us without you guys, man. Remember that.
Yeah, no, Mr. Deuce, JUCO is tough, man. And I'm glad that you brought that up. I'm gonna leave that up for a while. Not just JUCO, but here in the city of Houston, St. Thomas University, a D3 school. I know this year they didn't have, people can go watch games, but next year when everything is back to the normal, if you have a high school student and y'all want to go, contact me. Contact me. I'll get in contact with Coach Medina and get you guys set up to where you guys can go in and tour the campus and watch a game. And hey, Division 3 basketball is not as easy as y'all think. It's not. It's not. When they were in AIA school, they had some teams come in town too. It is not as easy as you think it is. It's not. Same thing. If you just want to go check out a blend game, let me know. I'll contact Coach Shu. If y'all want to go see a Lee College game, hey, let me know. I can contact Coach Bundy. Matter of fact, he's right. He's on here. We can contact him and be like, hey, Coach, got a kid who want to come in. He's maybe thinking about coming. Blah blah blah. Get it set up. Y'all go in, go watch a game. Hey, these you these games, these man is this level is not it's not that easy. It's not, and so people should not be looking down on JUCO like it's a bad thing. You should not be looking down on the D3 schools like it's a bad thing. You should not be looking down on NAIA opportunities like it's a bad thing. They got some dudes. They do, man. They got some dudes. Some goons out there that'll tear your head off. Trust me. They have a lot of people who end up going overseas. Did y'all know that it's more Division 2 and NAIA players that are playing professionally overseas than D1s?
I can
Just a
believe
little
that.
fun fact for y'all who may not have known that.
I could definitely believe that. It's tough over
Yep.
there.
JUCO is happening, right? Yep, it is.
They ain't.
Hey, he said, "Go see if your little Johnny's ready." Hey, dang, and yes, it is a blessing to be able to play any type of collegiate sport, man. It is, and I know we talk a lot of basketball, but whatever sport that you play, it's a blessing. Trust me. I didn't even know, like, since my daughter's heavy into gymnastics, like I'm finding a lot of. I didn't know that they offered gymnastic scholarships to colleges. Did not know that. And so I can only imagine how tough that is. I already know how it's tough to get in the Olympics. I can only imagine how tough it is even just to go to college.
Mhm.
If you have the opportunity, take it, be thankful, and go in there and grind and work. That's it, man. What you want to leave them with, Rob, man?
Um, I gotta give Coach Anthony Willis this credit. I was on Instagram and I had seen the clip that he put up yesterday about the Steve Harvey saying that you have to get out your comfort zone. It's like you have to be comfortable being uncomfortable. You know, it's like you will die in your comfort zone, and that really resonated with me. And I think that a lot of kids, people in general, they get so like, oh man, I'm in my comfort zone. But you will smother yourself in your comfort zone. You have to be okay with being uncomfortable because that's you pushing yourself to the next plateau. So if you say you want something done for you, what are you doing to get it for yourself? That's what I want everybody to think about. That's what I want to leave everybody with. What are you doing to promote yourself, to get yourself better, to push yourself? That's
Mm.
it, man.
I just want to leave y'all with, man, be blessed, be a blessing to somebody else, man. Hold on, we got to get to this before I say all that, man.
Um, Baby, if you watch it, I do not know what Melvin Dudes is talking about, Mr. Dudes. I do not do
Hey, Mr.
anything
Dudes,
that
be knowing, man.
I do not do anything that was associated with the Paul Pierce party at
Mr.
all.
Dudes know that you was in Cali with Paul Pierce, man.
No, I
I'm
don't
just
drink.
kicking it.
I don't partake in the old greenery, none of that. And then he said with Deshaun Watson, boy, that's a hell of a combination at this point right now.
Man. And
Miss
so
K,
with that being said, man, Paul should have been smarter in the situation.
a
Now,
lot of
go
go
ahead,
ahead.
bro.
No. I don't want to
Okay.
take your thunder. Go ahead.
No, this ain't no thunder, man. I'm just saying, like, and I understand he was caught up in the moment. You know, he was intoxicated um, with Mary Jane, and drinking, and for him, it just was a little bit too much chemical imbalance going on within his own brain. Um, but they could have got around it if it would have been on somebody else's live. And he just happened to be at the party. Now, okay, now the
Mm.
PR team, hey, we can work around this. We can keep you your job. We can spin this. We can say this. You know, but when you do it yourself, and then the things you were saying, and it's different.
The
It
innuendos you was creating, and
Yeah, it's just a little different, man.
and people was like, people at my job was really like, man, why they fire him? That's what people do right there. I said, do you know when you sign a contract, especially when you work for Disney, there's a such thing as a morality clause. That means you can't just be on there saying anti-Semitic stuff and blasphemous stuff and promoting sex and violence and drugs and alcohol, and you work for Disney. Like, did at this point, I think he wanted to get fired. Like, I think he got another job. Like, no, shit. I think he do. I think he got another job because I don't understand. Like, what would make you just like? What would just make you just? I'm a 5 live today. Hey P, you got that Mary Jane with you, man? I'm firing it up anyway. I'm like, what? I don't get it. And
Hey,
like Miss Sanders said, everything ain't for every. Yeah, that's the
everything
quote.
everything is not for social media. I was watching the I Am Athlete podcast, and they was kind of not discussing this because it was recorded before all this happened, but they was just discussing, what is for social media, and what's not. With them being who they are, they're all ex NFL athletes, have really, good businesses going on for themselves, and so some of them were saying everything is not like my personal life is not for social media. That's my personal life. It's not meant for that. It's meant for me and whoever's around me at that time. My wife, my girl, my homies, whoever it is that I'm with. That's who it's about. That's who it's for. It's not for everybody else to see. And so they was kind of getting into a debate because Ocho Cinco, which is Chad Johnson, he was saying, "Well, I feel like I should be able to post whatever I want to post when I want to post it." And like they were saying, but you can't really do that because then you're going to end up hurting your own business. And so that's what we're seeing with the Paul Pierce situation. He hurt the business that he was in, um, because of what he did. I'm not saying that Paul Pierce doesn't have anything outside of the ESPN as far as making money, any type of monetary gains, but that platform was way huger than in the public eye than anything else. And the fact, like you said, that it's Disney. ESPN is owned by Disney.
You think they're not gonna have a morality clause in your contract?
Beverly said he forgot the Rangers. He did. He did. Hey, he did not. He did not read that fine print. He didn't.
Oh man, I know we supposed to be ending the show. I want to. I haven't talked to you in a couple of days. I want to. I think I might have did ask you this, but I'm gonna ask you anyway. Again on Hoop Scoop. Does Ice Cube bring Michael Rappaport back after he exposed the direct messages from him and Kevin Durant? Or do the NBA players even want Michael Rappaport around anymore?
Well, Ice Cube is the big three, so that's not NBA. So
But it's a lot of, but it's a
there
fraternity
are a
though.
lot of retired NBA players who play.
Yes, it's a
So
fraternity
I don't know
that don't look like Michael Rappaport.
because it's all about business. And so what type of money play does that do for? Does it hurt Ice Cube or help Ice Cube? So that's how Ice Cube is going to look at the situation. But as far as the brotherhood goes, ain't nobody messing with him right now, and they not going to.
You agree with what he did or no? Or did KD? This 2-part question. One, did you agree with what he did with exposing the direct messages? Two, did Kevin Durant go too far? Or was it just supposed to be handled between man and man?
Right. It shouldn't have been exposed because I don't believe in exposing whatever beef, dirt. We got beef, and then I got dirt on you. I'm not going to expose it on for the whole entire world to see, unless I'm scared of you. So if I'm scared of you or something like that, then even then, me personally, I wouldn't, because I'm gonna come straight to you, like we man to man. And if it come down, hey, if it come down to we throwing hands. Um, but I understand, in today's society, a lot of people don't fight anymore. They quick to pull the gun. I'm not saying that. This is a disclaimer. I am not saying, because we got to start saying that now.
Yeah.
The people who be going and rewatching. I am not saying that Kevin Durant is a pistol play guy. I'm not saying.
Or
Just quick
Michael
disclaimer. I'm
Rappaport.
just, yeah, I'm just speaking in the general terms of the way that society is today.
Today's society, yeah.
A lot of people are quick to pull out the guns
Yes.
versus throw them hands.
Throw in the
So yes,
fisticuffs.
I do feel it was a hating move.
That ain't what you wanted to say.
Yeah,
That's not
it's
what
not,
you wanted
but
to say. Don't
it,
say
it,
it. Just the hoop scoop, man.
it's a hate. No, I'm gonna stick with my hate move.
Okay.
He was being a hater. Um, Mr. Dude said it best. Sucker move.
Hey, you know what? Like Mike. I was watching like when Michael Rappaport do his
Sucker move, man.
interviews and stuff. I watch it, but like that was like, Mike, I don't know about that one, Mike. That was kind of a snake move, bro. Like
But
even
yeah,
though KD was saying stuff, but still, like people have those arguments every day. Like Mike, if you're gonna see him, if you feel like he disrespected your wife or whatever, man, hell
that's
no
yeah,
about
that's
it.
that's that's what it was, Miss Sanders. It was a whole move. There, hey.
Yeah, I mean that's what he wanted. Thank you, Miss Son. That's what Jeff wanted to say. He was trying to be. It was a whole ass
I was
move. It
trying to,
was.
hey man, I was
It
just trying to be
was.
politically correct,
It
man.
was. I mean, Mike, you could have threw them hands with KD. You said it. Then it would have been Michael
He ain't gonna
Rappaport.
do that, man.
Man, KD ain't no. Let's
I'm
not
not
act
saying
like
that he is.
KD is Floyd, man. Like he Mike Tyson. Like, that
I'm
dude
not
weighed
saying that he
180
is.
pounds.
I'm not saying that he is, and I don't want to make this a race thing, but
No, it's definitely not a race. No, because if it was, it
but they.
definitely ain't a race thing.
So I will just leave it. We'll leave it at that then.
But if it
Because
was if
because it
Steve
will go into that. It will go into that. It will.
if Stephen
It
A.
will.
did it, if Stephen A. did that to Tom Brady, it'd be a whole ass move. It just would. But we'll leave it at that though.
Right. That's why I said, yeah. Well, I'll just leave it alone
Yeah.
because Mr. Dudes, he Shannon does. He does, but
You think he get that? You think he get that pass before he do that though? I think he asked them people, can he do that?
no. But see, I think that was the whole part of Shannon Sharp. Like, this is who I am.
Yeah.
So this is what you get um, on this show. So
Yeah.
this is who I am. I'm not finna change it, but I'm gonna boost your ratings.
Yeah. And he'll never be on ESPN doing it, but he could do it
No,
on Fox.
no, he ESPN can't match that contract, man. That's why a lot of that. This is why a lot of people leave ESPN.
Yeah.
They go to work for CBS and Fox because they pay better.
They tried to get Skip Bayless to come back. They was in the bidding war, but they ain't have enough loot in the bank. That would have been weird though if Skip Bayless would have went back to first take. That would have been weird.
It wouldn't have been the same, man.
Nah.
But hey, be blessed, y'all. Be a blessing to somebody else. Um,
Yes.
pay it forward. Um, this is something that I do once a week, and I'm encouraging y'all to do it as well. And so, if you happen to be in a drive-through or something, just you could kindly ask them, "Hey, man, what they order behind me, man?" Um, and if it's something that you can afford, go ahead and just pay it forward, man. Um, pay it forward real quick. It ain't gonna hurt you to pay it forward. I do it once a week though. Sometimes I get lucky. Sometimes somebody behind me may just have ordered something that's under $5, man, and pay it forward. Sometimes it be way more. Hey, pay it for Miss Miss Anderson said pay it forward except for Starbucks.
Hey, hey, I picked up somebody tab at Starbucks 2 weeks ago. It was way more than what I was getting, but I paid it forward though. I
Yeah,
did it.
no, and it's cool. It make you feel good.
It do actually.
To pay it forward, man. And I started doing it back in October because somebody had did it for me. Um, they paid it forward. We was it was my first time going to Saltgrass, the little steakhouse place, and our bill was taken care of. Um, just we don't even know who did it. Like, we tried to ask the waitress, she was like, "Oh, they already left," and she didn't know who it was. And so I was like, "Man, I'm gonna just start." Now I'm not. I ain't going to no salt. I ain't saying that I'm gonna be at Saltgrass or Papacitos or Papados, just swiping it up for everybody.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yes. Look, she said she want them stars. That's what I'll be talking about. Hey, I pay it for a lot of people at Chick-fil-A, especially if they do a mobile order.
Yeah, for
Go
sure.
ahead, go. Hey, scan my points for me.
Hey man, I love y'all, man. Thank y'all for tuning in. The national champion of the NCAA resides in the great state of Texas. The greatest resurrection of a college program ever. I just want to say this.
Yeah, we appreciate y'all, man. Mr.
Yeah, we
Duke,
gotta leave. We gotta leave on that.
I'm definitely not letting you know because you gonna run up the tab for no reason. You gonna just
Lobster
be ordering
tails,
stuff.
crawfish, and
Mr. Dude gonna be ordering stuff he don't even eat just because. But no, yeah, y'all be blessed, man, and be a blessing to somebody else. Um, till the next time, man. Oh yeah, yeah, no problem, no problem. Hey, that's what I'm here for, though. I'm here to try to help put kids in the best situations as possible, man. Um, the kids, not Mr. Dudes, man. I'm not trying to put Mr. Dude. Mr. Dude said he is the what's that actor name?
Morris Chestnut
Morris Chestnut of the COVID.
of the pandemic. Yeah.
Yeah, so hey, if y'all looking for a Morris Chestnut, man, Mr. Dudes, he said he the Morris Chestnut um, of the pandemic, man.
For sure.
Where can they find the links to the tryouts? I know that I retweeted them on my Twitter page, but you can go to um, Blend's page. You can go to Victoria College's page. Victoria
Uh,
College is south, um, like you're going towards Corpus Christi area. Um,
UT Tyler.
UT Tyler's having a tryout as well. They're a Division II school. Um, I know that Jacksonville they'll be having one. He
Yes.
just hasn't posted it. And so as they post them, I'll post them, and then also I will be sure to put them up on here because I can do that. Um, I just been having a lot going on, but
Yes, sir.
once again, we appreciate everybody for tuning in. This is the Hoops Houston Hoop Scoop, and we are out, man.